Hello, everyone in podcast listening land. I'm Karen Devaney.
And I'm Ann Varner.
And we're sisters.
Welcome to Sugar Coated Murder, where we'll discuss
and probably inappropriately laugh about and comment on.
Yep, one of our favorite subjects.
Murder. Oh, and we love to bake. And why not combine our two favorite subjects?
Baking
and killers.
Welcome to my kitchen.
I know, it's so festive in here. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
It's festive. Your tree is gorgeous.
Thank you. I had a lot of help.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Your boy came over and helped.
He did. He's really good about helping me decorate my tree.
That's very sweet. Yes,
yeah.
He knows it's important to
yes,
you.
Indeed.
So he does it. I think that's really sweet. So, but yeah, it's very cute.
Thank you.
Very cute.
And y'all, we're recording at nighttime, and you know what that means.
The liquor is flowing.
We're having drinky boo.
Yep, the bourbon is flowing, and so is the eggnog.
Yeah, spiced rum. Oh, my God.
Girl.
Yes.
I know.
And y'all, I gave up sugar 5.5 weeks ago or so.
Yeah.
This stuff is so freaking good.
Almost 6 weeks, because 6 weeks... you did it right when I did my surgery.
I did.
And
oh
6
my God.
weeks will be this Monday.
Savor the flavor.
Savor the
It is
flavor.
good. And I added some sale dairy in it.
Oh, girl.
Delicious.
And of course, I'm having my 1792
yes.
bourbon.
Yes. And we made these dainty little, well, they're not really dainty
They're
balls.
not, no, they're craft ice balls.
Craft ice balls.
I like ice balls, and I cannot lie.
No other ball's gonna fly. That's what I'm trying to say.
I like that.
Woo!
Woo,
Yes.
Cheers. Okay, so let me tell you what I'm going to attempt to do.
Okay. I'm glad I'm not cooking tonight. That's all I have to say.
Well, I'm going to say I'm going to attempt to cook, and we don't know what's going to happen.
Oh, my.
So, I am attempting to make, hold on, I'm going to tell you.
Oh, my God. Do you need help already?
No, hot chocolate cookies.
Yes. Yay, you did it.
And they are going to have some melted chocolate in them. And get you a beer?
Yeah, no. I need peanut butter.
Oh, yeah, because your dog needs calm.
He does. He needs a little help.
Needs a little help from his friend.
Yes.
So anyway, and they're going to have a toasted marshmallow on top, which really excites me because I have a torch that I'm going to use. And I know I probably shouldn't use the torch whilst drinking the bourbon.
Oh my gosh, I didn't really think about that.
But it's going to be so fun.
Oh, Lord.
I know, I'm so excited. So in the meantime, we pre-made our dough, but I thought it was pretty easy to do.
Definitely.
Yeah, so you start off with your butter, vanilla, and eggs, and you put them...
No, you don't. I don't know. I've been drinking way more than her so far, and she's having a hard time.
I'm having such a hard time.
You do your butter and your chocolate chips.
Oh, yeah.
Because you got to melt those together.
You melt those in a glass dish in the microwave.
And while those are melting, you combine your brown sugar, your vanilla, and your eggs.
Yes. And you blend those together with a mixer, and then you melt your chocolate. At first it's 3 minutes, and then you stir it, and then it's 15-second increments after that. No, it's not 3 minutes, it's 1 minute.
Yeah, God.
Oh my God.
We'll get you the recipe, don't worry.
You melt the chocolate and the butter together until it's smooth, and then you cool it for 5 minutes, and then you combine it with the first mixture that you did that had the vanilla and such in it.
Right.
And then after that, you put your flour, cocoa,
baking powder,
and
salt.
And brown sugar?
No, the brown sugar. Oh, my Lord.
Whatever. It's going to be so good.
That's why we pre-made the dough before we were drinking.
So then you have to chill the dough for 2 hours.
We did it for an hour, but I can't imagine going 2 hours. That stuff would be hard as a rock.
I wouldn't be able to get through it.
Yeah.
So then you drop it on parchment paper with a scooper, like a 2 tablespoon scooper. And what this person did on their recipe is she said that she makes 8 cookies at a time on a cookie sheet.
Okay.
So, they're nice and big, which, we like big cookies.
We do. We like big cookies.
Big cookies and big ice balls and big snowballs, and we like big things.
Yes, we do.
So, anyway, I'm in the process of, with my left hand, trying to scoop this.
You're doing great.
It's quite the workout for
You're
me.
Good.
But
You're
it's going to be fun. I don't think they're going to look really pretty, but once you get that marshmallow on there and you toast it with the torch, who gives a shit what they look like underneath?
Exactly.
So anyway, that's what I'm doing. Please email us for the correct recipe.
Yes. We'll go over all those details if you hang out with us all the way to the end. If you leave early, then you're going to just miss out.
You know what? If you leave early, shit on you.
That's right. Cheers.
Cheers, but shit on you.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, grab a drink, settle down.
That's good. Yeah, get us something and listen.
Get a little Christmas cheer in your cup and snuggle in with us.
Yeah, because I got this weird ass lady I'm going to talk about from New Hampshire.
Oh yeah, and so we're doing murders from states from our fans.
Yeah, we're on this week. It's Pennsylvania and New Hampshire.
Yes, and I think we're about to run out. So post on the fan page what states you want next.
Yeah, we've already done Virginia and Delaware.
Yeah, so please don't repost those.
We're not. We're done with those states.
We're done with those, but we would like to have more suggestions.
So yeah, throw it out there.
Get creative. Don't be scared.
Like spin a wheel.
Spin a wheel.
Do the 50 Nifty United States song in your head. And maybe come up with something.
And then whenever you stop, just be like, oh, that's the state. So yeah, we want to hear from you guys.
Yeah, let us know.
Let it snow. Let
us know. Oh my gosh, something else I just want to... Can we talk about my new obsession with the handbells?
Oh my gosh, yes, guys, guess what? Ann and I are going to learn a new talent.
Yes, handbells.
Handbells. We've decided we're going to be our own two-man handbell choir.
I can just remember at Christmas time going with my friend Alice to the Baptist church for their Christmas Eve service.
It was beautiful.
And there were always the handbells, and the choir did it, and they had special white gloves, and oh my God, Trout,
get over yourself before I give you bourbon.
Oh dear. And they would ring those bells, and it would sound so pretty, but it was just the way they held themselves. And
with the confidence and the white gloves and the
ringing my bell.
Yeah.
Don't mess with me.
Don't mess with my bell. So we're very excited. We are going to order some handbells. Yeah. And we're going to take some lessons on YouTube.
Yeah, there's a set that we can get that's color coded.
It says it's for children, but also adults. It doesn't say also adults, but it's not. I mean, they're not in miniature. They're just colored so that when you learn the music, you ring the bell according to the color.
Yeah, and a standard handbell set.
With the carrying case.
With the carrying case, but what I really want us to get to is that big ginormous bell. One. Oh my God, I love that big bell. That big bell needs to be part of my life.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So, but that's like over $1,000.
That's okay. We got this.
People got to buy us a lot of coffee, quote unquote, to get to $1,000.
We're going to start a GoFundMe for our handbell set.
Some kind of a GoFundMe or a Meet the Girls.
A benefit concert.
Can we get in touch with Keith Urban and see if he'll sing at our benefit concert?
I don't know why it wouldn't.
I don't see why not. We're a lot of fun.
We really are.
People just understood that.
I know.
Okay, I'm putting these in the oven. The first round. Or should I put them both in at the same time?
No. One at a time.
Because I don't think they'll fit.
One at a time, sweet Jesus.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Thanks for calling me sweet Jesus. I appreciate that. I'm kind of flattered.
Why don't you go ahead and get your cookies in the oven, and I'm going to do my murder. I might pick up my dog so he doesn't get murdered.
Yep. That's a good one. All right, what are we doing here, people?
Here we go. Come here. Look. How do you
bake for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes is up, carefully place a chunk of dark chocolate in the center, and then put it back in until the chocolate is melted and the marshmallow puffs.
Ooh, puffy marshmallows. That's exciting. All right, I'm back. I've got the dog.
Thank God.
I've got the eggnog, but mine's...
Please give him some eggnog.
Nearly gone. So, anyway, let's talk about murder. Shall we?
Yes, go. Ready?
Yeah.
Begin.
I am doing multiple murders.
Oh my gosh.
Out of Epping, New Hampshire.
Did you say Epping?
Epping. Epping.
I gotcha.
Epping, that might be, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, let's just start out by letting you know that old Dr. Wilfred Bill Labar, he's got a good life there in Epping, New Hampshire. He is a well-loved, successful chiropractor. He lives on a beautiful 115-acre horse farm, and he seems like he's got it all. Unfortunately, Bill is recently widowed.
Oh,
and
dang. Sorry, Bill.
We all know no amount of money in the world is going to fill a lonely heart.
Oh.
So Bill has posted himself, he's 60 now, in his 60s, posted himself a Lonely Hearts ad, hoping to find a connection.
Bill.
Enter in Sheila Jennings, age 27.
No. See, I've already got an issue with that.
Well, Bill didn't have an issue.
Well, of course he did.
Because he liked him some Sheila.
He liked him some
Sheila from Alabama.
Alabama?
Yes. And they had an instant connection. As soon as they met, talked a little bit, Sheila moved herself from Alabama right to New Hampshire.
Well, of course she did.
She took over the management of Bill's practice. She took over the management of Bill's farm. And anytime she went into town, she told people to call her Mrs. Labar, even though she and Bill never married. Never. They don't have common law marriage in New Hampshire either, so...
Well, she should have maybe researched that before she moved.
Well, yeah, I don't think Sheila was one for research. No,
she researched sugar daddy.
That was not her specialty.
No, seems like sugar daddy is her specialty.
Mm-hmm.
Marrying grandpa.
Oh, yeah. So, but they didn't get married. But it was a very volatile relationship. Though it did last for 13 years.
Wow.
Until Bill passed away at age 74.
Well, bless him, it's a little hard.
Yeah. He died of heart failure, heart complications. And they did an autopsy and confirmed it was...
It was for real?
For real. Yeah. But during their relationship, Sheila had made sure before he was to pass away that he gave her power of attorney and left all of his belongings to her.
How very convenient.
So, Sheila inherited the chiropractic practice, a house in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, 2 apartments in Somersworth, New Hampshire,
wow,
and a 115-acre horse farm.
Good.
Overall, that inheritance totaled just over $2 million. That's not including whatever old Bill had in the bank. Are you doing all right over there? I feel like...
I'm fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
So she's sitting pretty now.
Yeah.
And I have a lot to tell you about Sheila. It's just hard to explain all about Sheila. I will tell you she was batshit crazy.
I love her.
Crazy.
I love me some batshit crazy.
You know those people that we talk about and we say, oh my God, she's crazy, but she's really smart.
Yeah.
She was like a really smart crazy.
That girl is?
Yeah, Sheila.
I thought you were about to say that's not her. But
No. Yeah, Sheila. Sheila had a boyfriend named James. Mm-hmm. It seems that she and James got together in maybe the 98 to 2000 area. Dr. Labar died in 2002. But Sheila...
Oh, okay.
But in 1998, Sheila was charged with second-degree assault of James when she got into a lover's spat with him and she stabbed him in the head with a pair of scissors.
But her man was still living.
Right, but they weren't married.
Well, that's true. If you don't put a ring on it.
Dr. Labar did not want to be married.
He didn't want to put a ring on it.
No. So she had her.
He wanted to dunk the noodle, but didn't buy the salad.
Well, listen, I think he was just looking for somebody to take the pressure off because I don't think she was especially nice.
Oh, no.
So she's charged with this second-degree assault in 1998, and then in 2002, she tried to run James over with a car.
Oh, my God.
And then in 2003, she scratched his face and shot a gun at him. Luckily, she did not have good aim, and she missed.
She don't got good sense either.
Yeah, and at that point, James decided maybe he ought to go. But here's the funny thing. If you see James driving around New Hampshire these days, you're going to know exactly who he is because he drives a car with a license plate that reads Alive.
Okay.
So you go, James. Proud of you, man. All right, so now we're going to jump ahead to 2004 because Sheila, she's now looking for someone to connect with, and she needs a little help out around the farm because it's 115 acres.
It's a lot for a girl or a woman or just a person.
Anybody. Person. So she meets this guy named Michael DeLodge, and it could be Deloge. It's Deloge, but the L is not capitalized. So it's not lodged like Lodge. It's just Loge. Okay, so Michael, that's what we're calling him.
Mikey.
Yeah, and they meet up at the local homeless shelter because Michael had a hard time holding down a job.
Well, if she's going to give him a job, then that's really noble.
A little bit of a drug issue.
Wait a minute. I mean, who's to judge?
Yeah. Yeah.
I got a little bit of a bourbon issue.
Right.
Nobody seems to mind.
But pretty much the night he and Sheila met, he moved into her farmhouse. So.
Oh, Lord, he worked pretty fast. But let's just remember, so did she.
I don't think he's worked. I don't think the men are working fast.
You think it's Sheila's working fast? Well, look at that. I was trying to give her some credit.
No. Don't do that.
Okay.
Because, like, they hook up. They become lovers.
Lovers?
They're lovers at this point. They are lovers.
Don't say lover. Not lover.
So he moves in. He helps out around the farm. But people around town know that Sheila's got a real mean streak. And suspicions start to rise when Michael just disappears.
Oh, man.
Michael had told his mother before that Sheila was trying, he thought Sheila was trying to murder him. But he never left her. He ended up, he stayed with her.
Yeah. Well,
because he loved her.
He loved her?
Loved her. And he was 37. She's in her 50s at this point.
Oh my gosh.
So there was
these May December romances.
Oh my God.
This story is chock full of May
Well, she likes them young and helpless.
Well, because at one time
except for Dr. LaBar.
Right, because that's when she was young and helpless.
Right.
So she's just paying it back to the society.
Sheila had been seen by people in the area beating Michael with an 18-inch long stick.
No.
There was a lot of speculation that Sheila had done something really bad to Michael.
Do not beat people with sticks.
Don't do it. Just don't beat people. The last time anyone saw Michael was in August of 2005. Somebody who had come onto the farm saw him, and he was, like, barely able to stand up. He clearly had been beaten. He had a mark on his abdomen that looked like it could possibly have been some internal injury.
Oh, no.
He was having a very difficult time, and then after that, nobody saw him again. He just gone.
He was tired. He just laid down.
Right. And nobody reported him missing because he was estranged from his family because he had lived a crazy life.
Okay.
So now Sheila, she got to find somebody else to come tend to the farm.
Oh,
so
my goodness.
This time she goes on a dating app and she hooks up with a 24-year-old named Kenneth County. Countie, County.
I got it.
Yeah.
I'm agreeing with that.
Kenneth, who has the IQ of a 12-year-old, tells his friends that he's going to go meet this lady he met online, Sheila. They go meet, they hook up in her car, and then he...
What?
Then,
what?
I know.
How old was he?
She's 24.
He's 24, the mental age of 12.
Right.
She's how old?
She's in her 50s.
And they do it in the car?
In the car.
Come on now.
And then he said, well, that's it, I'm in love.
Of course. He said, woo-wee, jingle jangle. I got my balls jingle jangle.
He did, didn't he?
He got his jingle jangle on. He said, I yike her. I really yike her.
So he just stayed. He never went home. Now, his mama got a little bit worried about him because there were like a few weeks had gone by and she hadn't heard anything from him. And
well, she didn't know what happened in that car.
She's like, my son has the IQ of a 12-year-old. Mm-hmm. Where the heck is he? Mm-hmm. So, if you need pot holders, they're in that drawer there. Yeah. So, his mother files a missing persons report because she can't find him nowhere. The only thing she knows is some lady with a name that starts with S and a black Cadillac picked him up somewhere, and she ain't seen him since.
She got a black caddy.
Sheila, she got a black caddy? What do you think she's driving around in a Pinto?
No, not that girl. She's styling.
She got it going on. So the police do some digging, and they figure out that Kenneth had gone over to Sheila's place. So they go to Sheila's place to see if they can find Kenny. They go over there, pound, pound, pound on the door, and guess who opens the door? Kenny. What are you doing, man? What up, Kenny? And they were really surprised to see him. They're like, dude, your mom's totally worried about you.
He was like, I got a mama? I got Jingle Jangle.
It's like, I don't need no mama now. I got my own.
I found me the place where I got my balls Jingle Jangle.
Right. And the policeman said, do you want to go home? Can we give you a ride home? And he said, no, I'm fine.
Yells to the no, leave me alone.
I'm good. And listen, even though he had a low IQ, he was 24 years old.
That's right.
And nobody had, made him incompetent to take care of himself. So they couldn't force him to leave the house.
Hindsight.
They tell Kenny's mama what was going on, and that was that. Now, a couple of months later, the police are looking around to do a welfare check on Kenny again, and they find Kenny and Sheila at the local Walmart.
Well, of course.
Kenny doesn't look good.
Oh, no,
He's very ashen in color. He has bruising on his face.
My God, and this woman is horrid.
Unable to walk using one of the Walmart electric scooters. And as he's moving along in the scooter, Sheila is loading that scooter up. Now, the basket in a scooter is not big.
No.
She is loading up this scooter with ginormous gas cans. That's not a good sign,
and
Kenny.
He's driving them around?
Well, I don't even think at that point he could drive. I think she was having to push him.
Oh, my God.
Push him.
Don't say push. Don't say pushy. Don't get pushy, girl. Don't get pushy.
Oh, don't do it. Now, 5 days after the encounter at the Walmart, Sheila called the police station to report that Kenny left. She said, Kenny left, and he is a pedophile. And she said, I got a tape. I'm going to play you a tape to prove to you that Kenny is a pedophile.
Like a video? Or just
this one's over the phone, but yeah, video. But this was over the phone for the police. So she plays them this tape, and in the tape, she's like, tell me, confess to me that you're a pedophile. I know you're a pedophile. And then she says, why are you falling down? Get up. Don't fall down. Get up. And then she says, you have to tell me right now. Tell me right now. And she's like badgering him. And then he starts throwing up. She's like, why are you throwing up? Stop throwing up. And then
she taped this, and this is what she played for the
Yes.
She is not bright.
And they hear Kenny trying to garble something out, and then they don't hear Kenny anymore.
This woman played that for the cops?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
How is this woman even walking the earth?
Slow down there, Poncho.
I'm just saying, it doesn't make any sense.
Lowering that voice because you're about to make my dog start howl.
I'm just saying, who does that?
Don't. Look at him. Oh my God, he's up for now. Lord have mercy.
This don't make no sense.
Oh, you don't make no sense.
It don't make no sense.
All right, so the police agree. There's something bad going on out at that Sheila's place.
Something is amiss at the Sheila's.
Something ain't right. So I want to say it was the next evening, they're like, all right, we're going to go out and do another welfare check on Kenny.
That's not, you wasted your time.
Yeah. So they go out there and they find there's like a fire pile burning, like a pit that's blazing. Mm-hmm. And as they kind of stand there and they look at it for a minute, and one of the police officers sees what he thinks is a bone, like maybe part of an arm bone or a shoulder bone or something. So they know, we got to go get in that house and see what's going on. So they go up and they bust through the door. And about that time, they hear a woman's voice screaming, and it's Sheila. She's in the driveway. She's like, what are y'all doing here? But she lets them in the house.
Well, yeah, because there's no more evidence in the house. It's all burning outside.
Y'all come on in.
Come right on in and don't even look at that pile burning in the eternal flame.
Right. Well, guess what they're greeted with when they get on the inside? It ain't pretty.
Oh.
Sheila, she got over 100 rabbits running amok in her house.
What?
There's rotten food everywhere.
She's a hoarder.
It's a horribly disgusting.
She's a hoarder whore.
She's a hoarder whore.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's really nasty. They said it smelled awful.
Hoarder whore.
The bunnies were everywhere.
She's a bunny hoarder
She
whore.
probably just started out with 2, and in a month she had like 500.
Yeah.
My God.
Ew.
I know. It's disgusting.
That's not nice for the bunnies either. They shouldn't have to live like that.
Well, they were having a great time in this big old farmhouse. They didn't have to be caged up or anything.
But it was rotten food.
Well, that was like on the counters or in the sink. It wasn't rotten bunny food. They eat off the floor. Don't lick me, Trout. So anyway, one of the police officers goes in and he's like, hey, we're looking for Kenny. And she said, Kenny left. I told you Kenny left. And he said, well, if Kenny left, why do I see his shoes? She said, those are his old shoes. I bought new shoes for him.
Oh, that was wrong.
So they're like, okay. Well, they start poking around, go down into the basement, and lo and behold, there's a brand new pair of shoes. So they come back up and they say, hey, Sheila, dude, we found Kenny's shoes if he left.
Hey, Sheila. What was that song?
I think it's Oh,
Sheila.
Whatever it is, you have to stop.
Oh, Sheila.
That's enough.
That was a Prince song.
Yeah. Anywho, they found some shoes. They asked Sheila, hey, you got his old shoes up here and his new shoes down there. If Kenny left, he got no shoes. Where'd he go?
Where him's at?
And she said, get out.
Oh.
Get out. Get out of my house. Get out of my house. You have overstayed your welcome. You don't have any kind of a search warrant. You get out. So they had
I just want you to know.
Oh no, what did you do?
I was supposed to make 8 on a sheet, but turns out I made 6.
Okay, you just keep drinking that bourbon.
Yes.
Our things always turn out so delicious when you drink.
I know, they really do.
Yeah, it's just my stuff that is an epic fail. All right, back to Sheila. Sheila tells them, you get out. Get the HELL out. All right, so the police leave. Unfortunately, Sheila's watching their every move as they leave, so they can't go back to that burn pile and,
you got any marshmallows?
And grab that bone that they saw. They got to leave
that
the bone.
Hot bone that they were going to reach into the fire and get.
Right. So they leave, and they get a search warrant.
Mm-hmm.
But they can't get back until the next morning. They don't get the warrant, and they can't get it all together until the following morning. When they arrive, and this is like major mega up in Epping, New Hampshire,
mm-hmm.
because the search warrant covers the farmhouse,
mm-hmm.
The horse barn,
mm-hmm.
all 115 acres of land.
That's a lot.
So this is the biggest crime scene investigation New Hampshire had ever seen at that point. Ever.
Oh my goodness. Ever.
For heaven's sake.
Ever.
So the posse gets all rounded up.
Don't say posse. That might get misconstrued.
Oh, Lordy. They come out with their search warrant, and when they get there, old Sheila's kneeling by that fire pit.
Saying her prayers.
And she's sifting through the ashes. Yeah. She's covered in ashes, as a matter of fact.
She's getting ready to make
So they say, Sheila, you got to step aside. Step aside. So they make her step aside, and they sift through all of the ash. They're pulling out bone fragments, teeth fragments, But when they go inside to do a deeper look of what's happening inside, they find blood splatter on many of the walls. So they collect that.
That they didn't notice before.
There were a lot of bunnies.
And bunnies were such a distraction.
Well, and, bunnies poop a lot. There's a lot of poop. Nobody was cleaning up anything. It was awful. You just can only imagine.
They just didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
I don't blame them.
So they collect that DNA evidence as well. But they don't have enough to charge her with anything because they don't know what they're finding. Are these human remains that we're finding in this fire or an animal? They don't know. They just don't know. So they have to leave without charging her with anything. So they take all the stuff and they send it off to the lab. And in the meantime, even though they can't arrest her, they do put a tail on her.
Okay.
To watch her every move. Well, Sheila packs up her bunnies.
Nuh-uh.
And she heads out of town. And she's good enough that, I don't know, maybe she drugged whoever was tailing her and they fell asleep. I don't know, but
she put a spell on them.
Sheila and her 100 bunnies sailed on out of town. And she even stopped off at a dang pet store and talked the people in the pet store into taking care of her bunnies just for a couple of days. She said, I've got to go out for a couple of days. Would you please tend to my bunnies? And they said, we would be delighted. Would you like to stay for dinner? She must have been very charming, this Sheila.
Oh, my gosh.
Lord have mercy. So, she playing with the torch in my kitchen. It makes me a little nervous.
I don't think they included the damn gas.
Oh, maybe you got to buy the gas.
That just pisses me off.
Can you read the directions, though?
Yeah, it's like there's nothing in it.
Okay. Well, you'll have to put them on the broiler or something. I don't know. Let me finish this freaking story.
Fine.
Okay, so off they go. They have found. Oh, one other thing that they found when they were doing their search, they flushed the septic system.
Oh no!
And found Michael, the first guy.
Michael?
No, they found his birth certificate.
Oh,
so
he's probably up in there too.
They were like, what happened here? Why you flush this?
Why do you flush that? It's not toilet paper.
All right, so Sheila's hanging out with these people, the pet store owners and her bunnies, and lo and behold, the 11 o'clock news comes on, and Sheila's like busted because they're putting out reports of we need to find her because we got some evidence back.
And the bunny people were like, she there.
Yes.
She right there.
Yes, and the police came right directly.
She right there. She there. Here,
and they moved
right
her.
Here.
I guess they were stuck with the freaking bunnies.
Oh my gosh.
Can you imagine? Oh, Lord.
Poor little bunnies.
It turned out that the blood from the inside of the house belonged to Michael.
She ain't never cleaned that.
No.
She's a nasty hoarding whore.
Yeah. She nasty.
She a nasty hoarder whore.
And the teeth and the bones from the fire pit belong to Kenny.
Well, yeah.
So Sheila's arrested and charged with first-degree murder. She insists that she was an angel of God. And she had been sent to the earth to punish pedophiles. And that she had proof that both Michael and Kenny were pedophiles.
What was it? The tape of him gurgling?
Her proof is videotape of her basically beating them until they were almost unconscious so they would confess to something that wasn't true. Yeah.
She is nuttier than a fruitcake.
No, she is. I told you. She crazy.
And you know who I blame for this? The first guy, the doctor. That's who I blame.
Yeah.
That's who I blame.
I know. He never said anything.
He created this monster.
He never said anything to anybody, and he should have spoken out because people saw him with bruises and stuff too. You know he was getting it at home.
Yeah, and not getting the good stuff. He was getting the bad stuff.
Well, the problem is she gives them whatever they want in the bedroom.
She hooks them with the poontang.
Yeah. That pie you make in summertime. You got to come up with a better name.
Well, that's what she do. She make him a pie.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Oh, my gosh. She is diabolical.
She's terrible. Terrible. So she then says, well, I did kill them, but I was insane. I'm crazy. And there are some people that say, yeah, we tend to agree.
We agree.
But
We're
they
not
don't,
gonna
she
argue.
doesn't fit the qualifications, but the parameters, whatever, of a person that is mentally insane.
No.
That doesn't know right from wrong.
She knows what she's doing. She's just gross.
Yeah, she's nasty.
She's a nasty, non-cleaning, bony hoarding, poor guy killing whore.
Yes, that is exactly.
And I'm not even saying hoe. I'm saying the whole word.
I don't understand.
Whore.
She's a whore. She a hoe.
She ain't no hoe.
So
she a whore.
The jurors said, we need to read over some things. And so for 13 hours, they looked over everything. They really made sure they looked over everything. And they came back and said, lady, you are not insane.
No.
And you are guilty.
Guilty? You are guilty.
First degree murder for
and
both.
Of being a no-cleaning, nasty, bunny hoarding, poor guy, beaten whore.
Yes.
Murderer.
I believe that's what the court documents say, as a matter of fact.
Term.
Yes. So she is sentenced to 2
and they
lives.
said, oh, Sheila.
Oh, Sheila. Well, she had a nickname. Originally, her nickname was Firecracker because she was born on the 4th of July and she had a fiery personality. But later, she got a nickname called Sheila the Peeler. She got Sheila the Peeler, and I don't know where that came from. It's like that Scissor Sisters. They didn't use scissors.
That's a part that this podcast does not cover.
Anyway, she gets 2 life sentences with no possibility of parole.
Consecutive or concurrent?
Consecutive.
I love that judge.
She ain't getting out.
I love whoever did that, whether it was the judge or the jury.
Yeah. And she's appealed the case. And
where is she? She's in New Hampshire?
She's in New Hampshire.
Do we know what prison?
Well, actually...
We have a friend up there. We could see if she could stop by.
Oh, no. She's since been moved. I'm not quite sure why. But
They move them around.
I think she might be in Florida now. But I'm not sure.
They can move them whenever they want.
But there is a book out there all about this murder called Wicked Intentions.
Wicked
Intentions. Yeah, he writes this long.
What was Wicked? That Isaac guy he sang.
What a wicked world.
No.
Wicked. Yeah.
Chris Isaac.
Yes, but it's the right words. You
Wicked World was the name of it.
No, I was singing the song. Oh my gosh! Go back to what you were doing. Let me finish my story.
Please do. Your story.
So one thing that came out after she went away is that when the
wicked game.
What a wicked game you play. Yeah. The police, as they were searching around the barn, they came across a set of toes. Just the toes.
That's important. That's not okay.
But they have not been able to identify who those toes belong to.
Oh my God.
So they feel like perhaps there's more.
Of course.
More
that
people
don't
that
know. They can keep track of.
That more people were killed. Men folk.
Oh, man.
Were killed.
Don't be fooled by
at
the
the
poontang. Don't be taken in by the poontang.
At the time of her arrest, she did have a 19-year-old Irish boy working with her.
Them some Irish toes.
Yeah, but maybe because he's not from her country or whatever,
Probably.
they haven't been able to link those toes to anybody that I can see. So
anybody in Ireland missing a relative or
a toes? Anybody's missing toes.
Anybody go to America and come back without some toes?
Reach out to the Epping, New Hampshire Police Department because they may have those toes. You can get them back.
Or just email Ann and I at murder.sugarcoated@gmail.com.
Please don't do that. I don't want to know if you're the one missing your toes.
I do.
I don't.
All right, well, then just address it to Karen.
But
for Karen's eyes only.
But let me give you her personal email address.
No, let's don't do that. No, I don't want to do that.
So that is the story of crazy Sheila the Peeler.
I don't know why she got that name.
I don't either.
I want to know what she's been peeling.
I don't either. There may be some other things. There was so much information out there about Sheila. I had to narrow it down.
I guess so.
Otherwise, it'd have been a week-long podcast. And I'll be really honest with you. I have had a hell of a day, and I'm just too tired to go into it.
Goodness, I just felt.
Oh.
I didn't even remember I was on the podcast.
Well, you're on a podcast.
Whatever.
But belch away, girl. How are those cookies doing? Because they smell divine.
Well, I'm so bummed that I cannot play with fire.
Well,
but that's okay.
I mean, do you want me to light you a candle or something?
No, it's not the same.
Oh.
That's all right. I'll find something else to torch this weekend. I'll get my husband to get me some butane.
There you go. That's what you need.
So, anyway, I have pulled the second batch out. The first batch is back in trying to get the marshmallows a little puffy and toasty.
I just finished my eggnog.
Well, girl, I finished my bourbon and then had a little top off.
Oh, Lord.
I had a little extra ginger ale and a little bit. My ball hadn't melted yet. So.
Slow down there, Sally. You still got to do your murder.
Mm-hmm. Well, my bourbon is empty.
Okay.
So, anyway.
Do you got any questions about Sheila?
I asked them. Oh,
okay. So that's it. Go find the book. I would be interested in reading that book, Wicked Intentions.
You should.
Would be good.
You should. Let's go on pause.
Oh my God. Have you guys seen that commercial from Discovery Plus? The new streaming Discovery, and we're not getting paid by Discovery, so you're welcome. About the lady who comes home, and she's clearly coming home from work, and she bolts her door, double bolts it, latches it, and then she runs upstairs, gets in her bedroom, or she closes her bedroom door, she locks it, moves the dresser in front of it, hops into bed, pulls the cover over her, and then she turns on ID Discovery to watch her true crime show.
Stream from a place of safety.
Yes. Oh, brilliant.
Well,
way to go. Well done.
Listen to our podcast from a place of safety.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to go on. Oh, yeah. The more you drink, the better we get.
Oh, my God. I mean, it's a two-way street.
Oh, yeah.
If we're drinking and you're drinking, it's gold.
Oh,
baby.
yeah.
It's gold.
You're going to be like telling everybody.
We're going to be number one any minute now.
Yes.
We don't know what category it is.
Oh, yeah.
Drunken podcast.
Exactly.
All right, we're pausing.
We're pausing. Please hold.
And we're back. And we're back.
We are back. Oh, and yeah, just right here on your box.
Shut up.
Butane gas sold separately.
I know that now.
Oh.
So anyway, guys, first of all, happy Hanukkah.
Oh, gosh, yes.
We're so mean and...
You're mean.
Well, that's true. But that's every day. So this is nothing against the Hanukkahs. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say Hanukkahs. Don't say that. Stop. I have to go on pause. Happy Hanukkah. That's all. That's all.
The end.
Just happy Hanukkah.
Period.
Okay. So, guys. Oh wait, I already said happy Hanukkah. I gotta go on pause.
Okay,
and we're back. And I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say. Okay, so
we have
guys.
to say something. You can't say nothing.
I just want y'all to know that I still have my dark passenger attached to me. And I really want everybody to pray for me on the 15th of December that they take away the wedge part of my dark passenger. So anyway, there that is. And then I was saying that because I'm hot and my arm is sweaty. Sweaty arm. And I took it out of the sling for a minute and then it hurt and I put it back in and now it's sweaty again.
It's all good times here, people.
I'm gonna have heat rash.
Oh my gosh, my dog is.
Your dog has a problem. Could we put him in the oven?
We might have to. We might have to go on pause again.
No, I don't want to.
Well, when I want to, we can, but when you want to, you
when
do
you're
it.
sitting in the driver's seat doing your moida.
Oh, you wait. Oh, you wait, lady.
Okay, do you want me to go on pause to get
really
them together?
Do.
Guys, just a minute.
Stop saying guys.
I say that all the time.
50,000 times.
But I say it to everybody. It's not like...
I know, but you said it like 8 times in the last 30 seconds.
Piper. through this murder. I'm sure I'm going to be able to do it.
Maybe we come back on and see if we decided to skip the second murder.
We're changing the format today.
Just talk about the holidays. That's it.
No, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Get her done. Get her done. Oh. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. Beep, beep.
All right. So just sticking them in.
Yeah, flat.
And a piece that size or smaller?
That's good.
And then the marshmallow goes on top?
Yes, ma'am. Sticky side down. God, they smell good.
It's being such a giant.
Oh my God, I'm recording. Oh no, I'm not. And we're back.
Okay, we've taken some deep breaths.
I've been told not to say guys anymore. Evidently, I've said that a lot in the last 8 seconds. So
we've had some water.
We've had a little bit of water. I've put my head down on the cold counter for a second. I feel like we've gotten it together.
We're going to be okay.
It's going to be fun. We're going to get through this in just a second.
Okay.
And we're back again.
That's it.
Because
something's happening.
We will not do this again. I mean, we'll do this again, but we won't pause again.
We'll see.
We had an important incoming call. So anyway, okay, I'm going to talk about my murder because evidently if I talk about anything else, it causes problems. So I'm going to try to really, focus.
What state are you in this week?
Pennsylvania.
Thank you for the suggestion.
Whoever suggested that.
Caitlin?
I think so.
Okay.
I think it was Kate. Anyway, we're in Pennsylvania. We're in Lehigh County, Pennsylvania.
Lehigh County?
Lehigh County.
Not familiar with that.
I am because there's something called the Lehigh Tunnel.
Okay.
And it is a tunnel that goes straight through a mountain.
Lord have mercy.
It is absolutely crazy, but
that
beautiful, but crazy and terrifying and beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous part of the state of Pennsylvania.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going to tell you the story about Cheryl. Actually, in Pennsylvania, they probably call her Cheryl.
Oh.
Cheryl Silvonek.
Okay.
She was 54 years old, and I think we're in 2014. She has
Stop it.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I don't know what else to say. Sorry, not sorry. I don't know. I just got a throat issue right now. I'm not going on pause anymore, so deal with it.
Okay.
So she has a daughter who's 14 years old, and this daughter's name is Jamie.
Oh.
And Jamie is a typical 14-year-old girl, a little bit rebellious, a little bit big for her britches.
Like big? Oh, I see.
She's not overweight. I'm not weight shaming her.
Like, what are you talking about right now?
You know, she's a sassy teenage girl, which they tend to be at that age, starting at about 6. And so Jamie goes to a rock concert.
A rock concert?
Rock concert in Philly. And she meets this guy.
Who's playing? The Rolling Stones? I get it, Rock Stones.
Oh, yes!
That
was really dumb. Okay, anyway, she goes and she meets this guy there. The guy is, I'm going to tell you, I'm not even going to talk about him yet. So she meets this guy. She lies about her age.
Oh.
She tells the dude that she's 17.
Oh.
They exchange cellular numbers.
Okay.
And they start a romance, a texting romance. Anytime that Jamie goes to see her grandparents, she sneaks away. Maybe she's less than honest about where she's going to meet the boyfriend. The boyfriend is a 20-year-old soldier.
No.
Who is stationed at Fort Meade, Maryland.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So,
no.
It's not okay. So, Jamie invites the boyfriend to come over to Cheryl's house, and Cheryl and Cheryl's husband, David, immediately are very alarmed by the fact that he is 20.
Right.
And so Cheryl immediately does not approve of this relationship. Nothing personal, dude, but my kid's 14.
Oh my gosh.
And he does not believe the parents.
What?
He doesn't believe that she's 14.
Okay.
He thinks that they're lying.
Wow.
Because they don't know how old their kid is. And so, kind of a battle of wills starts a little bit between Jamie and this dude and Cheryl. And David is involved, but I would say Cheryl kind of takes this up as her cause.
Gotcha.
So,
makes sense. You want to protect your baby.
Absolutely. And mama bears, there's nothing like a mama bear.
No.
I'm not saying daddies are not protective of their little girls. They are. But there is nothing like a mama bear.
No.
So, Cheryl really does not approve of this at all. And a couple months later, the kids decide they want to go to a concert. They buy concert tickets to go see the Benjamins.
All right, I'm familiar with the Benjamins.
And they want to go see the Benjamins in Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Scranton.
Place that I've been to more than once. And Cheryl says, first of all, she says, you're not going.
No.
And then she gives in and says, you can go on one condition. I'm driving you.
Oh, wow.
I'm chaperoning you. I will drive you to the concert. I will wait for you at the concert. After the concert, we can get, I think they went and stayed in a hotel, but the three of them stayed together. She allowed them to go out to eat afterwards. She sat in the car. She gave them some space, but she didn't, she didn't want them to be alone. They needed to be chaperoned because her daughter was 14.
Right.
Duh. So, of course, the kids were just like, Jamie was 13 when she met this guy. Said she was 17, but then she turned 14 very soon after.
Okay. Well, yeah, and I'm sure a 20-year-old is like, I'm not riding to a concert with your mother.
Exactly. I'm in the flipping military.
Right.
Like, I drive my own car.
I fight for our country. You think I can drive
Exactly.
But he's going with a 14-year-old. So
yeah, exactly.
How
You
bad
beggars
they want
can't be
it, buddy.
choosers. Exactly. His name is Caleb Barnes.
Okay.
So she convinces them that, this is what they're going to do, and this is the only way.
This is it.
So, in the meantime, one of Jamie's friends over here, like a couple weeks before they go, or maybe a week before they go, one of Jamie's friends overhears her talking to Caleb on the phone.
Right.
And it seems like they're putting together some pretty nefarious plans.
Nefarious plans.
Yes.
All right.
Evil is afoot.
Let's talk about our nefarious plan, please.
I don't think that's what they said. It's just what I said.
Pretty sure that's what they said.
That it was evil.
I'm calling about our nefarious plan.
Well, then that other person would have been like, I don't know what they were talking about. They just said nefarious a lot. I was bored with that conversation. So they start talking about how they can be together. How is it that we can be together? My parents are in the way. There are obstacles. They're not being fair. They don't want what I want. You're the one for me. Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, because when you're 14...
You so know that.
Yeah.
And when you're 20, dating a 13-year-old.
Right.
You don't know nothing.
No.
So they go to this concert, and she drives them. They drive home together. Jamie is in the front seat, and Caleb is in the back seat. They pull up in the driveway. And they're out in the driveway. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. Right. It's in the wee hours.
Wee hours?
Yes. And Cheryl is out there trying to talk to them to make sense, to say, guys, you just need to wait. I mean, this is not something that can happen right now. This is not a healthy relationship. I'm concerned about my daughter making bad choices and a boyfriend that's 20 years old and very much in love with her, but maybe leading her down a path. We're jumping ahead a couple of spaces in her life, and we need to cool it. And they were not happy.
Jets.
They were not happy.
Right.
So at some point around 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, Cheryl winds up dead.
Oh Lord.
And her body is dumped.
Where was she when she wound up dead? In her house?
I'm gonna tell you.
Thank you.
She wound up dead, and her body was found dumped in a kind of a shallow grave. Not a good shallow grave by any means. It's like somebody just got tired.
Oh, dear.
She was a bloody mess. She had been strangled.
Oh.
She had been beaten. And she had been stabbed in the neck 5 times.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes. And at some point during the night, neighbors heard intermittent horn sounds for about 20 or 30 minutes.
Oh.
They thought it was just some kids out there messing around. They didn't report
gosh.
it. And then they also reported seeing Jamie, the girl, walk from the vehicle into the garage.
Oh.
And so they're like, okay, they just were like, okay, that just noted. But at around 2 a.m., surveillance footage shows the couple in a Walmart buying gloves, bleach, rubbing alcohol, a box cutter, and a file. They leave the store, and they drove off in the car that Caleb had driven from Maryland.
Right.
So they're not even in Cheryl's car anymore. At about 5:55 a.m. is when Cheryl's body is discovered. She's in the dirt in a snowy bank in South Whitehall Township. And around 7:30 or 7:15 that morning, they then find a vehicle, an SUV, partially submerged in a pond.
Mm.
And inside of that car was just a bloody mess.
I'm sure.
Bloody mess. So they look at the registration. They go to the home. They find the husband, David, sound asleep.
Oh, gosh.
And they find the young couple naked in Jamie's bed.
Oh, my word.
Nasty. Dirty. They're doing the dirty deed up in the parents' house.
Lord.
That's not okay. That's rude.
Ugh.
So the two, Jamie and Caleb, were immediately arrested. And initially, Jamie was charged as a juvenile. And then investigators got her phone, got Caleb's phone, and saw that as they were sitting in the car and driving that night, they were planning this murder. Right there next to Cheryl.
They were doing nefarious
They were
things.
up to nefarious deeds.
They were nefarian.
They were nefarying.
Right there in that car.
Nefarin.
Nefarin.
So once they see that she had helped plan this murder, they charged her as an adult.
I am so very happy to
14
hear that.
years old. So, February 2016, Jamie actually pleads guilty to first-degree murder and other charges. And a judge sentences her to 35 years to life. Okay? She goes to court, and the local paper was really pissed because she had a court date on the docket.
Uh-huh.
She ended up going in front of the judge like weeks upon weeks earlier to put in her guilty plea. She changed her plea at the last minute and wanted to go before the judge.
She gets a lesser charge, probably. She probably made some sort of a deal.
Well, yeah, but the paper actually was mad because they weren't notified, so nobody was there to cover it.
Oh.
The press wasn't there, so they actually were able to get the transcripts from what went on with the judge.
Oh, okay.
Here come the judge. Here come the judge. And she said there is no, I love this, there's no sugarcoating it.
Aww.
Okay, sorry. And there's absolutely no sympathy for me. There's no mitigating factors. In my opinion, there's absolutely nothing. I was not forced to do this. There are no drugs involved. I was just selfish. And I saw my mother as an obstacle and not as the person who wanted the best for me. So she throws herself at the mercy of the court.
Yeah.
Her attorneys also try to implore to the judge to give her the minimum sentence because she is a juvenile and she is remorseful. She has struck a deal and has agreed to testify against Caleb at his trial.
Right.
And the judge shows no mercy and gives her 35 years to life.
Right.
So then she goes to court and she agreed to testify. Well, she testified against Caleb, who was then 21.
Right.
at his trial. At first, he tried to say it was all her. He tried to say, I was napping in my car, and she came and woke me up, and she was covered in blood.
Oh.
And then I just helped her get rid of the body.
Dirty rascal.
A dirty rat. So at first, they blamed each other.
Right.
But it was very clear when they saw the videotape, when they saw, there was a text 2 weeks before the concert from Caleb that says, I have my knives all picked out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So he brought the knives with him to kill her.
Right.
So he was in on it from the beginning, but he tried to throw her under the bus. I mean, so much for being a noble guy who's dating a 13-year-old.
Right.
You're dating a baby.
Right.
Then you kill her mother, and then you want to blame her? Like, what a stand-up guy you are.
Yeah.
So you nefarious nunchucker. You nutcracker.
You're a nutcracker.
You're a ninny-headed muggins.
What?
Ninny muggins headed cotton.
No, stop
Cotton. You're stupid. You're a nefarious stupid.
Meanie.
Yeah. So anyway, the judge actually gives him life without parole.
Good.
Okay? So now, zoop, we're going to fast forward.
Okay.
And now we are going to fast forward to 2019.
Okay.
And she has actually petitioned the court, and she has this big Philadelphia, it's not Philadelphia Freedom, but I want to call them the Philadelphia Freedom Fighters.
Okay.
But they're a group of defense attorneys that go and help. Like, they're the ones that are helping kids that were tried as adults get reduced sentences.
Right.
And so they petitioned the court the first time to have it reduced because she was a juvenile. She was 13, and then 13 when it happened, and then 14 when she went to trial. And they said, no, we don't care because of extenuating circumstances, and that's the premeditation.
Right.
And the removal of corpse.
Right.
And tampering with evidence, and the desecration of corpse.
Right.
Like, there was extenuating circumstances.
Sure.
A whole list of them.
Right.
And also, Caleb got also charged with statutory rape.
Good.
Yeah, statutory. They call it statutory sexual assault in this paper, and that's not what it is. It's statutory rape.
Right.
So people get confused because when you say rape, they think some man jumps out of the bushes and you don't know him and he attacks you. That is one form of rape. That is not the only form of rape.
Right.
So he actually got that extra charge as well.
Good. He deserved it.
So she has petitioned the court, and there is a court that right now they're discussing whether or not she should have been tried as a juvenile. But when she goes back to court, the prosecution has her ex-boyfriend who is going to testify against her once again.
Oh.
Yeah. And her old defense attorney is going to come in and testify for the prosecution.
Oh.
Doesn't look good for her.
No.
I don't think that she's going to get this reduced. I think that she's going to be in there for a long time. But I will tell you this, that girl, what she said to that court, she said, I destroyed my family. I killed the woman. She said, I killed the person who loved me the most in this world, who only wanted the best for me. And now I know that I was just a monster. So she was at least remorseful. I mean, we've seen it where kids.
I know, but you have to remember, somebody probably wrote that out for her. And they told her, you don't even say, attorneys.
I know they do.
Your attorney is going to brief you, and you are going to go through it over and over and over again until they think you've got it before you go up and stand in front of that judge, or you don't have a chance.
I know, but I'm just saying that we see a lot of kids that go to court who don't ever say that they're remorseful. And she cried at court, and she said, I'm a horrible person. Now,
I cry at court too if I thought I was going to go to jail.
That's true. I felt so bad for the dad because the first time at trial, he talked about what a loving woman she was and how she was the glue that held their family together. And he went to sleep one night and woke up the next day and lost half his family.
Right.
And it was just so traumatic for him. Nowhere in any articles do I find his name except for the first one about he was asleep when it happened, and then he went to he did this victim statement. I would love to see a movie or a television show or something that talks about this case. I thought it was interesting that she's still trying to get this reduced.
Well, she's going to try until...
I know, but there's a part of me, I don't know, what do you do as a dad? What do you do?
Well, he doesn't have to stop loving his daughter. If he can find a way to forgive what she's done, they can still have a relationship, but it doesn't forgive what she's done.
Yeah.
She knew right from wrong. She knew what the end game was going to be, and she could have stopped it a million ways to one, and she didn't.
I agree, but I also see the influence of this 20-year-old guy on a 13 or 14-year-old girl. They're so impulsive. They don't understand that what you do today has an effect on tomorrow. They don't understand. Kids don't understand it.
I could not agree with you
more. And I just
more.
feel so bad. This woman was trying to be a good mom. She wasn't trying to be. She was being a good mother.
Right. And,
she was being a really good parent.
The courts will see fit to reduce her sentence. But you just have to leave it to the court to decide.
Yeah, I know. She did. She said in her. She said in her. We weren't.
She said we didn't.
She did say part of the transcripts did say that she told the judge, "There is nothing that a newspaper can call me. There is no amount of time that you can give me that will ever make this right. The only time this is ever going to be right is when I die and I go and see my mother and I tell her I'm sorry.
Right.
And until then." There's nothing you can do to me that's going to ever make it okay.
And that's how a transcript reads. And for me, I need to be in there and see her face to find out what her mannerisms were.
I saw the pictures of her being let in for the preliminary hearing, her very first hearing, and the girl was a blubbering mess. And I don't know. It's like, I don't know where that's coming from. Is that self-preservation or is that remorse? You don't know. Or is that just, or you're just scared?
She's scared shitless.
Right. And she was very scared. This guy, Caleb, was laughing.
Of course he was.
He was laughing, at a smirk on his face and laughed.
Right.
In the freaking court.
I feel like they got a serial killer off the road before he had a chance to
be
a serial killer.
Maybe so. But I don't know.
It's a very sad situation.
It plucked at my heartstrings because I'm a mom. And so, you know, but at the same time, you're like, she was doing the right thing, and you just can't kill your mom. You just can't kill your mom. Like, that's not okay. It's not good to kill your mom. It's not good to kill your parents. It's not good.
That.
Don't do nefarious things.
And don't
nefari.
They didn't just quickly shoot her in the head and be done
with
it. They tortured her and terrorized her.
She said that she didn't lay a hand on her mom, that she watched the whole time, but she did nothing to stop
Which to me is almost even worse.
I think it's worse because you're watching
do that to your mother.
Yes, and he reached behind her and grabbed her throat from behind to choke her first and then beat her in the head, and when all that stuff didn't work, he stabbed her in the neck from behind.
Just awful.
And it's horrible because then you as a mom know that your daughter is sitting right there and she's not doing anything to protect you. Yeah. And it just, to me, she died of a broken heart before she probably died of any neck stab wounds.
Maybe.
Like, that's horrible.
Or she was terrified for her life.
That too. But once she woke up dead, she was probably very sad.
Yes.
So, it's not funny. But it's kind of, it's not funny. No,
there's nothing about it.
I'm saying when you wake up dead.
Funny because you've got word salad going, so it's your funny.
I do, and I probably I'm gonna wake up in the middle of the night and I'm gonna be so pissed at this girl. But right now the bourbon has softened my heart.
Oh, my.
I'm like room temperature butter.
Oh, my sailor cherry is like toughening me up. I'm a sailor right now.
No, I ain't.
Pull your shit together.
Pull your shit together, because I just got a sweaty arm. That's all I know. My arm is so sweaty.
I have turned the air conditioner down to 68 degrees.
I know, and my face is on fire, and I'm down to just a tank top.
I know, and she can't go any further.
I cannot go any further.
We're going to have to wrap it up here soon, try and get her back down.
All right, well, give me a cookie to taste.
Oh, we're going to taste cookies.
Yay!
While I'm getting the cookie ready, would you like to tell people how they can get in touch with us?
Yeah, because we have social media.
We do.
And we have a lot of fun on social media. As a matter of fact, I think tonight we might even be posting the sound check from tonight before we recorded. We put some funny memes.
No, it's after 9 o'clock on a Friday. I've had the day from hell trying to fight with insurance.
I fought with technology and she fought with insurance. It's not been pretty today.
So I can't say we're posting this tonight. I think it's going to be posted tomorrow.
I'm going to post it whenever the flipping hell I want.
All right. Well, Karen's going to post it while Annie Pooh has another drink.
Anywho, guys, we have social media. You can go to Instagram and find us at Sugar Coated Murder. And we're at over 700.
Oh my God, what are you trying to say?
Can you tell them the rest?
Over 700 followers.
Over 780.
Wow.
I know, we're almost at 900. No, we're
Oh
not.
my God, you just be quiet.
I'm not good with numbers right now.
We have a Facebook fan page. You can go to Sugar Coated Murder Podcast fan page. If you've not already checked in there, check to be added to that group, and we will add you.
We don't deny anybody.
We try not to.
Why?
Well,
We haven't
yet.
yet. Can't imagine why we would.
I don't think we will. We don't know.
Unless your name is nefarious.
Or you're somebody that I've blocked on another
On another type of page.
Right.
Yeah.
Then, you're not getting in.
Mm-mm.
Sorry.
No.
And then there's just the regular business page, Sugar Coated Murder Podcast.
And we have a lot of people that like that page.
Oh, definitely.
I just wish they would realize, hey, guys, come to the fan page and be part of the very special
maybe they don't want to
160 plus best friends we have.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
We're up to 162. Look at us. And somebody last week pulled out.
Sometimes they pull out. We don't like it when you pull out.
Oh, Lord. That is not a safe method.
No, it's not. It's not.
And just stay in.
Don't pull and pray. Just pray.
Just don't.
I'm going to taste this cookie.
We're going to have a cookie taste.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh my God.
Really does taste like hot freaking chocolate.
My God, it really does.
That's amazing.
And I didn't even have to torch the marshmallow. That's
the
good.
cookie is almost like a brownie.
It is.
And when I noticed that when you made the batter, it's almost like fudge. It's that thick, really thick.
It's very thick. And then for the chocolate that I put in it, I chose dark chocolate with sea salt. And because I like a little bit of salt with my chocolate.
They're weird.
I know, but I think a lot of people do. So, but you can put any kind of chocolate. You can put milk chocolate. You can put whatever.
I'm going to be on a sugar high for the next hour.
I know. So anyway, it's really good, y'all. It's got nice little marshmallow on top. Makes all the difference in the world.
It's delicious.
So email us at
murder.sugarcoated@gmail.com.
And it's almost like the prostitution.
We have a link tree.
The prostitute.
And when we post our episodes out there, we put our link tree out there. That gives you a link. You click on the link, you can get to our episodes. You can get to our Instagram.
Our merchandise. You can buy us a spot of coffee.
You can buy us a spot of tea.
And if you want it to go towards the handbell set, just let us know.
Support our new love of the handbell.
Guys, we're going to do our own intro and outro music with the handbells. Y'all are going to be so excited.
You wait.
Yes, we'll be giving concerts at our apartments. People are going to love us.
It's going to be great.
One more level to love us.
Oh, my Lord.
And, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, if you wanted to buy us a bourbon or a drink, you could do that. Whatever.
I'm almost out of my bourbon, and it's called $17.92, and it's $40 a bottle.
Lord have mercy.
I know. So, y'all better help me out. And so, we'll post the link tree. Email us for recipes, for suggestions, just to send us love letters.
Or tell us a state you want us to do a murder in.
And also, if you want to be, if there's still a little bit of time left, if you want to be on our Christmas card list.
Yes.
Don't be left out in the cold. You'll be so jailed.
Yes, you will.
So we're shutting that midnight on the 15th is when we're going to stop taking names and addresses for that. And also for Teespring, I think you can order up until the 15th of December to get merchandise.
Right.
So if you want to get merchandise for Christmas or give merchandise for Christmas that says Sugar Coated Murder, we got a lot of different designs on there. It's so much fun.
Right.
And we get a lot of compliments on our face masks.
Yes.
Just saying.
We do. We really do.
Yeah.
And if you want to send some sort of a CBD product to my dog.
Oh my God. Or any kind of suggestions on how we can sedate him.
Right.
Yes, please help us. If
Yeah.
you're a Reiki master for pets, then get in touch with us. We need
I don't
your
know if
services.
it'll work, to be honest with you.
No.
He got a lot going on right
He's
now.
going to make you rethink your career.
Yeah. All right, well, that's it. That's all we've got for now.
We
I'm
love
starting
y'all.
to sober up. I need to drink some more.
Mm-hmm.
I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of the weekend. Or the
Stay
rest of the
sweet and
week.
don't murder.
Don't do it. Do not
If
murder.
you kill people, we're going to talk about you.
Because we will.
We will talk about you. And if we're drinking, we're going to talk real bad. We're going to call you ugly names.
We are.
Like turd face and cotton-headed muggins,
meanie,
and shithead and
whore,
nefarious.
Yeah. All right,
we're going to call you a bunny